Now, China has 56 ethnic groups. That's a common refrain of the People's Republic of China, and a theme that was stressed in the Beijing Olympics. But the situation for these ethnic minorities isn't always positive. As China quickly develops, many of them have been left out of the picture. BON's Steffi Lau takes a look at China's poorest and most illiterate minority.
This is a second-grade classroom in Gansu province in northwestern China. Chinese characters are written on the board. But it doesn't sound like this teacher is speaking Chinese. She's teaching in a language spoken by one of China's most isolated communities. The Dongxiang ethnic group has lived in this mountainous region in Dongxiang County for more than 8 centuries. Their origins are debated. Many think they are descended from Mongol soldiers in Genghis Khan's army, while others think their origin is Middle Eastern and Central Asian. Their name for themselves, Sarta, is similar to a word once used in Central Asia to refer to Arab traders, and they are pious believers in Sunni Islam. The dry mountains they reside in have made this area one of the most isolated places in China. That has helped this Muslim minority preserve their unique Islamic culture and faith, but the same isolation has also closed the minority off from the growing wealth of China. The group is one of the poorest and least literate of the 56 ethnic groups in China. On average, most Dongxiang have completed just over 1 year of schooling, and because of the costs, many Dongxiang don't send their daughters to school. The widespread illiteracy isn't without reason. Though the Dongxiang have a colorful tradition of oral literature, their Mongolic language lacks a writing system. This has made it difficult for Dongxiang children to learn Chinese upon going to school. For most, it's their first contact with the Chinese language, having only spoken their mother tongue at home. In order to lower the high illiteracy and dropout rates of Dongxiang children, in 2002 this county started a bilingual pilot program. The program recruited international linguists and local teachers to create the first Dongxiang Chinese dictionary, hammer out an orthography for the Dongxiang language, and compile teaching materials using both Dongxiang and Chinese. The first phase of the program ran from 2002 to 2006 and was funded with grant money from the Ford Foundation. The nonprofit foundation is based in New York. It provides grants with the goal of reducing poverty, strengthening democratic values, and promoting human achievement. The program has been a huge success, resulting in drastically higher test scores from the pilot program. It is now in its 3rd phase and has expanded to 8 schools from the original 1. Here at Nale Si Elementary School, the original pilot school, the pass rate went from between 7 and 20% up to 60% within just 3 years, thanks to bilingual education.
After the bilingual education, there were 2 students with a score of 100, higher scores compared with the classes that aren't bilingual. My class's average score is 67.5. The other class's average score is 43. My students' grades are 20% higher than the non-bilingual classes.
Through the bilingual program, preschool students learn to write in Dongxiang and begin to practice oral Chinese. In grades 1 and 2, students begin to learn Chinese through Dongxiang. In grade 3, they begin to learn exclusively Chinese. The process of learning to write in their native language first makes it easier for them to learn Chinese. In order to cultivate the students' interest in learning, local stories and illustrations from the Dongxiang culture are used.
Because the Dongxiang minority group has its own language, which is its mother tongue, accepting Chinese is accepting a second language. For these Dongxiang minority places, establishing bilingual education is more fitting for our actual situation.
Of the 25 townships in Dongxiang County, 19 don't have a single Chinese person and exclusively use the Dongxiang language. With the success of the program, the county is now hoping to expand the bilingual education program to all 19 townships. Steffi Lau, BON.